Well, hello there. Thanks for joining me again. I'm out here in the garage continuing on this poor old CJ-7 project. So I have collected all the budget numbers now. So I'm going to do a little number crunching and I'll share that with you. But before I do, since it's the middle of the day and it's that time when we want to work on stuff, I am going to try to get a few more things kind of disassembled off this tub because we know the tub is garbage. And whether it's going to the junkyard or it's just coming off of here and ready to be replaced, there's a few more things that need to come off. The dash can come out. Got to get underneath here and drop the gas tank. And, a few things like that. So that's what I'm going to work on today, first of all. Then we're going to go inside and we're going to sit down in front of the computer and we're going to look at some quotes and do the pricing thing and figure out for sure which way this thing is going. So is it going up or are we doing the old die thing and it's going down? So let's get on with it. I'm going to get my hands dirty for a little bit and I'll bring you along. Well, I thought I'd give you a little look at the firewall here. Yeah, those are the heater hose places. So obviously we only drove this in the summer when we did first get it, but that heater wasn't really going to do much without any hoses hooked up to it. So anyway, the dash is for the most part disassembled. I'll take the brakes the pedals out in a minute here and gonna see if all this will come out from the back. I think that comes out from the firewall side. So anyway, I'm not sure what that is. That must be like an engine control unit because it goes up through that oily firewall right there. So probably that's the computer for the old thing for the emission control stuff or whatever. But anyway, so the dash is just about apart. You saw me taking it apart there. I just cut the heater cables because those are, the one just pulled right out like it had already broken off, which was probably the one that had to do with the fact that there was no heater. So again, my thoughts and prayers goes out to the son of that sold me this thing. Man, you're a crook. I hope you're rolling over going, boy, I hope that guy never tracks me down to have a talk with me about how much stuff I hid on this Jeep that I sold. Because, dude, you were dishonest son of a gun. So, anyway, this oily mess continues here. I got to work on that oily part to see if I can get that rest of that dash apart. Well, as you can tell by looking at me, I've been working on this Jeep today, so everything is covered in oil. So now I'm covered in oil. So anyway, here's today's progress. We got all the stuff off the firewall under the dash here. Pedals out, clutch linkage out, heater out, although the heater wasn't working. You can see right here some of this is oil bleeding through just from the holes in the thing from the heater that wasn't hooked up. So anyway, did not get the gas tank dropped, but other than that, this tub is completely disassembled from everything that's hooked to the engine and stuff. Windshield, I can't get these hinges off yet, so I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do about those. So I haven't got the windshield frame off, and I think there might be a ground strap or two on the back of the firewall back there. But that's today's progress on this beastie. Okay, so here's the financial part of this thing. There's the engine, transmission, radiator, all that stuff that we need to put underneath the hood if we're going to do a V8 conversion with a new V8 from the guys at Novak Conversions. 14K roughly. Okay, big number. That's the big number. Let's get that right out of there. It's a lot of money. To replace the frame with the new frame from the guys at Throttle Down Customs up in Montana with a fully boxed mandrel bent heavy steel gauge frame. Better than the original, I believe, from everything I've learned. If we take the frame, rear bumper, new skid plate, cross member, whatever you want to call it, we're looking at about $3,400 from those guys. If we go look at the tub and fenders and windshield frame, if I can spell that, we are looking at about, looks to me like $4,875, I'll call it. Now that's doesn't include shipping, or it does, I'm not really sure, so I'll have to find out about that. And then a few other things. So gauges, if we're going to do this, we put new gauges in there, and I kind of like the Speed Hut gauges. All electronic, everything new. I think we're looking at roughly, and this is an estimate, about $750 there. And paint. So we're gonna have to paint the whole thing, and I don't really know how much that's gonna cost, but let's say $5,000. Okay, just to leave ourselves some money in there. So what do we got? 14, carry the 2, 3 times 12 minus 11 plus 4, carry the 5, add up all the stuff that we've already dropped into the thing, and big number. I don't know. Is it worth it? Can we logically figure out a way to make this all happen? No, you just can't. This isn't a logic exercise. This is building a brand new vehicle basically from scratch. So I've already sunk some costs into this thing. I bought the Jeep, had it hauled out here from California. I put new seats in it. I put new Old Man Emu springs on it. Bought a new top for it. You know, I've got some sunk costs in there that not really sure how I'm going to recover those. But I believe that the overall budget for this thing with the sunk costs that I've got in there, is going to put me somewhere between $25,000 and $30,000. What would we have at the end of that process? Well, we'd have a brand new vehicle. It would have a nice strong V8. It would have a 5-speed manual transmission, 4-wheel drive, new paint, body in perfect condition. I mean, again, can I go buy something like that? Well, I probably could buy a used TJ or something like that and start spending money on that. And would I still have a V8? Probably not. Nope. 5-speed maybe. Would it be a stout one? I kind of doubt it. So my gut feel at this point is there's just no way to logic this out. So this becomes kind of, I guess, an emotional decision, or a, do I really want to do this, and do I think I can do it? So do I want to do it? Yeah, I want to do it. I bought a CJ-7 because I wanted to have a CJ-7. Okay, I got to beat up old CJ-5. If I can pull this off with the CJ-7, then I think I'll be in a pretty good spot, and I'll rebuild the CJ-5 and sell it, and free up a little capital that way, and then, you know, we'll see what happens. So the V8 conversion, that's a kind of a question mark. We don't have to make that decision right now, but some of this other stuff we have to decide if we're going to do it. So that's where we're at. And honestly, I told you I was going to decide this at the beginning of this video. I'm probably going to have to sleep on it another day or two. So bear with me. This is a tough one. I know what I want to do. I'm just trying to make sure that I can foot the bill for it, and that I can do all the work in the spot I have and the time I have. I do still have a business to run and whatnot. So let's leave it here for now. And if you would like to give me your advice, if you've been down this road before, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you just think I'm nuts, let me know. If you find yourself in a similar position where you've got an old CJ or something knocking around, or you've always wanted to do one and you wondered what it was going to take, if I do this, I'll be very careful to fully disclose every dime I spend on this thing, and everything I struggle with, and how long it takes to get it done, and the pitfalls and the things that go good and all that kind of thing. And so hopefully you'll follow me along on this adventure. So let's figure out what we're going to do, and I'll come back and let you know at some point, probably next week. I should be to the point where I've kind of be done with all this decision-making process. So we'll see you then.